So before we get into this video, if you guys want to check out my feature film Pesadilla, you can. Links down in the description below. You can also check out my link tree with all my other short films. You can check out my socials. You can also hit that like and subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Always looking for other content creators and filmmakers to collaborate with. Pesadilla does come out on Blu-ray this month, so there'll be more information on that soon. That was a mouthful. Sorry. And last night, A Different Man won Best Picture, Best Feature at the Gotham Awards, which I'm not going to sit here and say that I keep up with every single awards ceremony. I usually just keep up with the Golden Globes and the Academy Awards, but I do like to see who wins the other ones. And the reason why, I keep up with awards to begin with is you go through this journey of film throughout the year. I mean, I've had almost like 70 theater visits this year, which has been crazy. But you go through this journey of film, and it's kind of nice to just sit back and reflect on all the films that you've watched, or at least, a lot of the popular films, even though a lot of the films that you end up liking don't get nominated for shit. But A Different Man was on my radar, and I wanted to see it, and I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys the synopsis, and then I'll actually get into what the film's about, because I don't want to spoil anything, because it is a pretty unique film. But what the film is about: an inspiring actor undergoes a radical medical procedure to drastically transform his appearance. However, his new dream face quickly turns into a nightmare as he becomes obsessed with reclaiming what was lost. Essentially, Sebastian Stan's character Edward has a Edward. Did I say Edward? Edward's my middle name too. I don't know how I messed that up. Edward. But Sebastian Stan has a disfigurement in his face. He is an actor for other disfigured people that's basically doing like commercials and such. It's very strange, and it's kind of off-putting when you first watch it, and then you sort of realize what he's actually doing, and it begins to make a lot more sense. In his apartment, Ingrid, played by Renee Reziv, I don't know, but she was also in The Worst Person in the World, which you've not seen that's another great film. They live next to each other. She ends up going to Edward's house sometimes. She really appreciates who he is. His look does not scare her. They hang out in public, and she starts a theater production about how she met Edward. But this is after Edward, played by Sebastian Stan, undergoes this experimental treatment to basically alter his face. And it's very successful. He does not want anybody to know that he underwent that treatment, so he basically says that Edward passed away. Ingrid gets an idea to start a play that was about her and Edward. Sebastian Stan's character, Edward, goes and auditions for the play, does a good job. He's wearing like this the mask that resembled his face before. She makes it very clear she would like to cast somebody with the same ailment that he had. And then Q Oswald, played by Adam Pearson. If you're not familiar with who he is, he was also in Under the Skin. And you get to see these three characters interact with each other. It's so unique. It's very simple. Like, the film itself, there's not really much to it in terms of like the cinematography. It's either a still shot or the camera either slowly zooms in or maybe just zooms in. But it doesn't really do crazy stuff, which, I actually kind of appreciate it, because you really just get to sit here and get to know these characters, because it very much is a character study. It's a very character-driven film for Edward Sebastian Stan, which, by the way, he has had a role this year. I mean, Sebastian Stan has been just Donald Trump in The Apprentice, the Donald Trump biopic in this. He's just been absolutely killing it. That's why for awards, like, they do the best performance, which I completely agree. But some of these actors, I mean, they go through the ringer and do multiple roles a year. So, but yeah, Sebastian Stan was great in this. There's actually a specific scene where we get to see him laying in the bed, and he starts screaming and he's crying, and it's very visceral because it feels very real. And Adam Pearson has so much charisma. Like, he is just, I want to see him in more movies. I know he's, he's casted in certain roles, but he's such a terrific actor, and he's got this great persona that, I don't know, he was just so unique to watch. And the ending didn't necessarily work with me too much because of how strange it is. It's not saying that it's a bad ending by any means, but it's just so strange. But A Different Man is a pretty solid film. You should definitely check it out. A24, some of the releases that A24 has been doing this year have been kind of, strange. I mean, if you look at Sing Sing, or I Saw the TV Glow, or The Brutalist, getting very, very limited releases. So, I don't know. Hopefully that changes, especially during award season. I'm sure A24 will release a really cool, like, boutique Blu-ray for A Different Man, which I hope they do, because I want to revisit this film. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. Let me know what you thought of A Different Man down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.